There we go. We're live there. Looks like we might be live on Twitch. If this doesn't work on YouTube, I'm just probably going to record it. Stream health good. Alright. Well, guys, welcome this morning. If you're watching this later, it's cool. We're just going to talk about some of the stuff that happened this morning. Yeah, cool. Looks like we're live. Alright, and I got both the chats open in case anybody pops in. And I'm sorry if, Twitch alerts goes off and stuff. So sometimes I turn that off and it just automatically does its thing. Alright, so it's kind of weird to see myself there. It's kind of freaking me out. Alright, so a couple of things happened this morning. Nintendo NX is now Nintendo Switch, and kind of oddly, once for a Nintendo thing, it is pretty much exactly what we were all led to believe it was like months ago. We'll get to that in a sec. The other thing that just happened this morning is the Red Dead trailer came out. So, yeah, let me go ahead and open that up so you can see what the hell I'm doing. So we're going to sit here, watch the trailer, and then I'm going to go through the NX video, and we'll talk about that. That's mostly what this will be about, but give my thoughts on this real quick since this came out this morning, too. Rockstar.
Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
Alright, so, yeah. Red Dead got announced yesterday. One thing I noticed right away, the area you seem to be in is similar thing around like Pacific Northwest to at the end they showed you like kind of strolling into the desert. So I don't know if that was Marston's voice or not. The rumors were that you're gonna be this is like the prequel to the last one, which means you're gonna be in the gang, and I don't know how I kind of feel about that. I guess I just feel like I didn't really need to have a prequel to that. I would have liked to have a thing on its own. It's kind of weird to call prequel 2 if that's the case. Um, like graphically it looks nice. I think it's a little bit strange for Western. The color saturation seems to be a bit much. Like if we go through here, like this looks nice. But it's like the color saturation's to a point where it almost looks a little bit too cartoony and points definitely on the characters. Is kind of what I'm taking away from this. Like this looks beautiful right here, and what they've done with this tech, with this particular engine they've been using since GTA 4 is absolutely stunning. But it's just like, let's see if we can find an area where he's like in town or something. Yeah, but like the characters just I don't know. For some reason, like when it's a city in GTA, it's not as harsh, but when it's supposed to be like in a natural environment and you see these people, it's just like something about it to me is like this does not belong. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but it looks almost a little bit overly saturated in color, a little bit too cartoonish to me. Yeah. So, all right. And everybody, thank you for the hosts and stuff. I appreciate it. Probably all auto hosting. But yeah, I mean, this doesn't come out until 2017 now, fall 2017. I even saw in the video, like, especially like during some pans and stuff, there's like some stutter and stuff here that is obviously not from the video, so this is very early on. Um, I didn't say PC on there, did I? I just said fall. I'm not saying what systems really. So I know it's been announced for basically Xbox and PlayStation. They haven't said anything about PC. I'd imagine that they would do a similar thing that they did before, where they just ended up releasing it on PC later. And if they do as good of a job that they did with GTA 5, I'd actually be okay with that. I'd want them to take their time. Kind of sucks that probably if they go the same route and it's on PC, we probably won't see it until 2018. So this is basically like a massive cock tease. Yeah. So, anyways, let's talk about the real meat of what's going on today. I should have tweeted this out, huh? Yeah, you know what? Let's do that real quick. Nah, fuck it. I'll tweet it when I'm done. You guys see me live. You see me live. All right. So Nintendo NX. I'm gonna play this without sound because probably get copyrighted real quick. But we're just gonna stop and look at different elements. So it is literally basically its own standalone almost tablet thing with slide out controllers like we saw months and months ago. Seeing that leak's true, I'm probably going to say it's also true that this thing's using a Tegra SoC. It's hard to say which Tegra. So there it is in its dock right there. You can see this is the actual device here, and then there is this dock here, which this doesn't look finalized to me. I'd imagine this is like just to basically pass through the video to charge the device. Looks like there's two USB ports right here, possibly, if not ports for something else. I didn't see anything to indicate that this was originally anything else other than that. Martin, what's up, man? So, right now, the way it looks like, originally, like they had a patent that said that they were going to be able to pair multiple ones of these together to make them more powerful. It doesn't seem like it's that. It seems like this is the actual compute device right here, this tablet thing. So, yeah, I don't know. That thing just seems weird to me, that controller. What's up, Code Man? So here they're playing, what is it? Breath of the Wild, the new Zelda. And on Nintendo's own thing, which is right here, they do say it's at least a high definition display. So I would imagine that would mean at the very least 720. Looks like there's the speakers there. Like I said, this thing still doesn't look like it's finalized. That border is insane. And I'm in a plane. Okay, so this is interesting right here. So these are the carts that they were talking about. And you can see the cart here. It's sort of Nintendo DS-like. It's got like curvature to it. It's a little bit thicker. I imagine these are probably around 25 gigs max capacity from what it sounds like. 25 to 50, maybe. Like they're going to try to match Blu-ray or something like that, but we'll see. But you can see here on hers, there's a vent. And this is kind of leading me to believe that this is a, what is it, the Tegra X1, the one that's in the Tegra TV. But this seems like this has to have active cooling, this unit. So it's not going to be like a DS where it's just something that's, you know. I mean, the original Shield had an active fan on it. I don't know if this would have a fan or if this is just a port to let the exhaust out, but it'd be interesting to see that. It looks like there's actual bumper and triggers on this thing. It's got a kickstand, because of course. And unlike Apple, a headphone jack. So this is interesting. He's playing Skyrim on it. Now, I would imagine this is the new version of Skyrim. And on the dock. Okay, I want to stop right there. So this I thought was interesting. Now, I don't know if this is finalized or not, but if you look real closely here, and hopefully... fuck. Alright, I gotta redo this whole thing again, don't I? I gotta go back and recut this. Alright, I fucked up. Let's redo this again. So here's the guy playing it, and it's on the dock. And I'm kind of curious about this part right here. It shows like indicators showing player 1, player 2, player 3. Why would you have multiple players on the same controller? That seems odd to me. I don't know what this is, if this is like a battery indicator, but typically in past Nintendo stuff, this has been indicator for players. Yeah, well, Nintendo hasn't been great on battery life lately in the past couple generations. I agree with that, dude. And just sitting on a park bench for no reason. Just playing. Okay, so there's that cart I was talking about. Let me go back. Right there. So it looks like it's about the size of a DS. And there's that headphone jack. So the Tegra right now in the Android TV. So the original Wii U, which they're showing a lot of Wii U games for this, power wise, like theoretical max power, because obviously when you deal with measurements like teraflops, gigaflops, that's a theoretical max. Typically, you don't get that on that maximum on most processors. So the Wii U was actually not that much. It was like I think 400 gigaflops, but then it had an issue where there was a huge bottleneck with its CPU because they're still using the IBM CPU. So the good thing here is if they're using a Tegra, the CPU, the ARM-based CPU should be pretty well matched for the GPU. I know with a lot of developers I've talked to, that's been a major complaint about the Wii U. They tried to do Metro Last Light on the Wii U, and they just couldn't because the CPU wasn't even like able to handle the game at all. The GPU had more than enough, but the GPU could never get fully utilized because of the CPU. It was kind of one of those. I don't understand why Nintendo fucked up and dropped the ball like that. So the Tegra is about 1 teraflop flat right now. If this is a new Tegra coming out based off of Pascal, it'd possibly be like 1.1 to 1.3. With either one, it's like within spitting distance of the Xbox One, even being portable. And then the question is how much is this thing gonna throttle when it's on battery? Now, there's my normal alarm for when I'm supposed to be getting up. All right. Probably the video itself. So, yeah. This is what I was talking about here. Look at this controller. This looks like this has a faceplate or something on it. I don't know if you guys see that. But it's odd that this would be translucent. So this is what they're calling their Pro controller. And this is the only thing, by the way, that actually has a D-pad on it. Like, the main system doesn't seem to have a D-pad at all. Like, it's like kind of doesn't, but like even the Steam controller kind of like half-assed a D-pad. I will be buying and reviewing it, Tyranny says. Yeah, well, go do that on your own shit. Alright. So, yeah, they showed Skyrim working with it, so I'd imagine it's got to be at least a teraflop. That's a weird mount. I don't. This seems like they're going to be making a shit ton of like weird mounts and stuff for this thing, or that's what they're planning on doing. It just seems bizarre to me. And like that controller does not seem terribly comfortable either, like using it like that. Yeah, bro. Okay, now let's sit down. So this is the other thing that they were talking about in their press release is I don't know if this is ad hoc or just Bluetooth, but it sounds like you'll be able to take multiple devices and play the game on it. Now the question is that I have is this console just using one copy of the game and then the game's being streamed to the other one? Because there was some stuff about streaming data, not necessarily video. So that would be interesting. But yeah, I don't know yet. I honestly don't know about this thing. But either or, if it's just doing ad hoc, I mean, that's still something, I guess. Like Nintendo's always very worried about how to make games social and stuff like this. Like they always think like this is something that like this is let's be honest, this is something that doesn't happen in America. You don't go out and play basketball and then take your Nintendo. No, you go fucking home and you play it with your friends over the internet. That's the way we do it in America. And like this right here, this is laughable. Like she just picks up her tablet. Looks like she's playing Mario whatever it is, like 3D World. And like she's out there. Okay, like this is what Nintendo, I guess, thinks America does or would like that we do. So I'm just gonna take my Nintendo outside, and I'm gonna show it to you because word of mouth is the best thing, right? Like this is their like dream right here is that they hope it's like this. Nobody is going to do this. All right, I have friends that don't care about video games. They're not going to give a shit about this thing. They'll give a shit about it when there's stuff playing on it. And then this one's laughable, the esports angle. Yeah, sure. Whatever. And that's basically how that ends. Alright. So here's the actual Nintendo press release. So those detachable controllers apparently have a name, and they're called Joy-Con. It's a Joy-Con. So that's what they're calling it. What's up, Bad Seed? So, yeah. Anyways, here's the people that have announced support for it. 505 Games. They've released stuff like Sniper Elite on the consoles when Rebellion couldn't do it themselves. Activision, Arc Systems, they make like Guilty Gears and stuff like that. Atlas, they did like Catherine, some of those weird ass games. This is weird to me. Audio Kinetic and Audio Desk is not really a game developer. It's more like a tool for like game engines. I don't understand why that's in there. There's a couple of those in there. Bandai Namco, they're usually on board anything. Bethesda, we saw Skyrim in there. Capcom, obviously can't be Street Fighter V because it's a console exclusive. Codemasters, they do a lot of racing games. Let's see, Electronic Arts, Epic Games, I was kind of surprised in. From Software, Frozen Byte. So you can pretty much guarantee that Trine's coming to this thing. Here's another one, Havoc. Havoc is a physics engine for games. Havoc is not a game studio. Why the fuck did they have this listed? I guess, I don't know. Whatever, Nintendo. When I see shit like this, it makes me think Nintendo still is not in a no on the game industry. Level 5, I would love to see a level 5 game, just period. Like, what the fuck have they been doing for years? Alright. Sega, Square Enix, Starbreeze, Telltale, Ubisoft. Ubisoft actually apparently has already been talking about this thing way before they were supposed to, and Warner Brothers Interactive. What's up, Bad Seed? So what do you guys think about this piece of shit? I'm like being mean on it already, but yeah. Yeah, 10 people around a 5-inch screen. Yeah, exactly. That's why I gave up like portable gaming a while ago. It's like, shit, I play on PC now, and like sitting in this chair all day, like my neck just starts to freeze up and hurt. I can't imagine like looking down at portable. I've tried it. Gimmicky as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would argue that there was nothing interesting on the Wii really either. Like GameCube was the last one I really liked. Yeah, I don't know what Razer could do though. Like even if Razer beat them to the market, Nintendo would have them on the games at least with the first party. The thing I'm curious on with this is this can't be third party. There's a better picture of it. Or there can't be much third party support in reality. Like having partners say that they'll be interested in supporting it and having them actually make games for it is two separate things. Basically, all this tells me right here, and the reason and the fact that they have like Havoc and stuff listed on here. I think what this is, what we're looking at in reality, is this is probably Nintendo reached out. These are probably some of the partners that they talked to during development, like very few of them, and the rest of them are just like, we would like a Nintendo NX dev kit or Switch as they're calling it now. And the reason you probably see a lot of tool partners in there is they needed to figure out how to get like their physics engines and stuff working on this thing. So that's probably in reality what that is. They're like, oh, they have a dev kit, so they're interested, you know. So in reality, it's probably, I don't know. Just because you have a dev kit doesn't mean you're actually interested. It just means you're prepared. That's basically what it comes down to. So technical thoughts on this thing. Let's see. I think the price point will make a biggest difference. So yeah, price point I've been hearing rumors have been about 300, but then there's supposed to be like a bundle for 4 or something like that. But we're a ways off from that being finalized. No dev is going to snub Nintendo on paper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. It's interesting they just basically took the Tegra tech and did this. And we're assuming it's Tegra, but to do this, it probably is, to be honest with you. Um, this controller just seems weird right here. And then, like, the plus and minus is like a button shape. But yeah, no D pad. Just these. Which, I mean, makes sense when you see the Mario Kart stuff, but I don't know. And I don't understand what this lighting or dock means. This just seems bizarre to me. It's like it really does look like to me like player indicators, like on the Wiimote. So general breakdown. I'm thinking now. What's interesting to me is like they're gonna throw this on a TV. If this is a Tegra and this is like less power than a PlayStation or an Xbox. If it's a Tegra, it's slightly less. It's not that bad. But are they going to be using things like checkerboard rendering and temporal anti-aliasing to be able to pull off the image on a high def screen, like on your home TV? Like even in the video, I saw some stuff there, like the Nintendo stuff back here. Now let's see. We'll try finding it. Yeah, this one where this girl was playing Mario. Like even on this video, when I look at that image there, like right there, if you look closely, if you guys go back and watch this yourselves, that even in the video is not the sharpest looking image. So yeah, exactly. Who wants to carry another device around? Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of. It's interesting. I'm kind of disappointed. I just know she's got amiibos there. because that's something you put next to all these flowers and stuff. But yeah, they basically said that this is the announcement to say more later on. Is pretty much what this is. I'm worried about other things too. Like if these things are made to slide in and out, how's that mechanism going to hold up over time? I didn't see any touchscreen stuff, which is great because I'm actually not a fan of touchscreens. But a lot of Wii U stuff. I'm wondering if they're just going to bring a lot of their Wii U catalog to this thing, so they've got like launch titles, which in a way is kind of smart, saying nobody bought the Wii U, so there's a lot of games there that have already been made and they can bring over. Perhaps the base has some filters for, yeah. Well, I don't know if the base is actually doing anything looking at this thing. Like, I don't know what could be in that besides just power supply to charge the thing and video out. It's like, I'm kind of curious too. I didn't see any connectors on the bottom of this thing. Is it just like, it looks like it, as tightly as it fits in there, it's got to have some kind of connection, but yeah, it'd be interesting. So, yeah, hopefully more news comes out about this today. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot else that they're going to show or say on that. It's a wait and see thing. It's interesting Skyrim's on there, so if it's the new version of Skyrim, it's got to be at least a 20 gig cart capacity wise. Can't just be flash memory, obviously. Most flash, like you would see like on an SD, would not be fast enough to do it. So it's probably some kind of ROM that can do like around 85 megs a second or something like that, unless they're doing something similar to like a PlayStation or Xbox One, where in similar situations where it's actually caching the disk data to the memory on the system. But I doubt this thing has that much memory if it's a Tegra, so it's probably able to stream it off the cart. And I imagine this has got some way to load games on it, because they're going to have a virtual console and stuff, so that's going to be interesting to see what kind of memory they're going to use for that. Thanks, Chris, for the host, man. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll probably talk about this some more today. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch this afternoon. I'll put a tweet out about that, play some games and stuff. And if you guys want to come in and hang out and talk or whatnot, I'm probably going to play some H1Z1 starting out. So if you guys went down on that, let me know. But yeah, I was up anyways, and then this hit the floor, so I was like, let's make a video on it real quick and talk about it. But right now, I don't know if this is going to work for Nintendo. I really don't. It's like, I don't see third parties really being able to support this with the way that the new consoles are going. And I don't know. I want to be more positive on it, but it's interesting. It's really up to Nintendo to see where this thing goes. It looks like it's pretty much all in their ballpark, games-wise and everything. So, yeah. All right. So, I guess it's supposed to be March or something like that. So, we'll see. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining me for this little impromptu stream talking about this stuff. And, yeah, as soon as I get done editing that one fuck up out of the YouTube thing, I'll make sure that that's up and ready to go. But yeah, guys, follow me on Twitter at Cell Processing, and if you're on YouTube, follow me on Twitch at Cell Processing, and I'll be on later on this afternoon. So, all right, guys, later.